Hey everyone, Travis here on day one, week 6 of the LCS, joined by Pobelter of EG fame. You guys just did pretty well. There was even a pentakill in that game. Pobelter, what happened?
We picked a late game team comp, and we kind of got our asses kicked in the early game, but we were able to get to the late game, and then we kicked their asses.
Is that generally like how the games go? It's just a bunch of ass kicking one way or the other.
Yeah, that's generally how games go.
Now you and Complexity both pulling out some interesting wins today. Are you guys on like the rise? Is this like at the end of this? It's just going to be you and Complexity like hanging out 1 and 2 going to Worlds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how the split's gonna end. Us in complexity, and then Chris as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So just swap at the halfway through. So we're at the halfway mark. So we're just going to see everything switch over. No, I was actually talking to Prawley right before this interview, and he was talking to me about how he actually thinks that Complexity they might be able to take you guys out. What do you think of that?
Ooh, I think that last time we played them, we got like 20 kills and they got one.
Yeah.
So I'll let the results speak for that.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, and the time that we played in relegations and we 3-0'd them.
Well, that's true. That all happened. He did say he acknowledged that there was a 0-2, but he feels like they've been really getting in sync lately. So maybe it's time for them to come back. But you don't feel that way?
No, I think we'll play very well against them, like we did last time.
Now, tomorrow you guys play. Yeah, actually, we just had this discussion. You told me who you guys played, and then I forgot about it because I got so hype about the Mad Trash Talk. What is who you guys playing tomorrow?
We play Cloud9 tomorrow.
Okay, so you have a big week here. What do you think your chances are against Cloud9?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Well, Complexity beat Cloud9, and you seem pretty confident that you can beat Complexity. So isn't that like the hierarchy?
Well, if that were true, then we'd be the best team in the league because we beat Complexity that beat Dignitas that beat LMQ that beat some teams in China, which probably beat some Korean teams. So we'd actually be the best team in the world if that were true.
Do you think that that's the case?
No.
So the logic falls apart there, I guess. No, I mean, what are you guys doing to prepare for Cloud9? Are you just looking at their games a lot, or how does that work? Because it seems as though Cloud9, even when they're down, all the LCS NA teams are like they're still kind of the team to beat, or one of the big teams where if you can take them out, you feel pretty good. So I guess first off, do you think that that's a fair thing, or do you think whatever Cloud9 beating them is passe? And two, like, how do you kind of approach that?
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say because like when they're on point, I think that they're still the best. They're just having a rough patch right now, I think. So yeah, if we can beat them, I'll be extremely happy. Probably the best victory I've ever felt was after we beat Cloud9 that one time a few weeks ago.
So maybe you can repeat it.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that they are having a rough patch, which is a great segue because I want to talk to you about patch 1.10, the new patch that's in right now.
Patch 1.10. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, we're going back a little bit. No. We're talking about new patch. New patch.
Patch
4.10. I guess that is the case. It is season 4, so we're in patch 4. It's been a long day. Let's talk about 4.10. Sorry, get excited because you're number 1 in my heart. So I think number 1 in my heart, 1.10. Now, you guys are on 4.10. I just talked to Prawley, who had some interesting feelings about mid lane. He was overall happy with the changes. Obviously, Doublelift and Tabs have commented on the AD carry stuff, and Seraph's official comment was like, Randu nerf help or something like that. So, what are your thoughts on 4.10?
The Nidalee change and the LeBlanc nerfs are really cool because I think those are like two of the most fun champions to play and play against in mid. Because it's just like you're either just completely wrecking your opponent or you're just getting completely wrecked. There's no in between. And so with those two not being used anymore, really, the LeBlanc Q nerf is actually pretty big. It really opens up what you can pull out in mid lane, so I'm happy about that.
Now, do you think that Nidalee is not very good anymore? Because I've heard some pros that were actually happy with the change.
No, I think she's actually like really good now. Yeah, her Cougar form Q does just a ridiculous amount of damage. So if you get tagged with the spear, you pretty much have to eat both your potions in lane because she'll just pounce on you and Q you. Okay. But yeah, the rework means that you can't use her in LCS for a few weeks. So okay. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what it is. You're just happy that she's like out of the game for a bit.
Yes.
And then what happens when she comes back?
I mean, hopefully I'll have a better grasp on how to play her or play against her. I haven't practiced her at all because she's disabled, so I'll have to look into that in the next few weeks.
Well, you have Super Week coming up. Obviously, 4th of July as well. Celebrating our independence from the British. Exactly, America. Now, you guys have to prepare for that. Everyone. I like to always talk to the teams before Super Weeks because it's kind of a different feeling. What do you guys just like stress out? You're like, oh crap. Do you even get a day off? How does this work for EG?
I don't know. I think we'll just keep practicing every day like we have been.
Okay.
Yeah, try not to like get into a mindset of like, oh my gosh, there's so many games and we gotta win. So yeah, we'll just take it easy, try and win as much as we can.
So you're like whatever.
Well, no, we're not like whatever, but
Because that was the vibe I was getting just now.
we are calm and collected heading into the upcoming Super Week. Travis Gafford.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's what I needed to hear. How's Helios fitting in? I heard you guys were speaking another language that I can only assume is Korean before this interview. How's everything going there?
It's pretty good. His English is pretty good. His Korean's pretty good too.
It seems like yeah.
Yeah, we get along well. If there's ever an issue in communication or like something he wants to say that he can't say in English, then I just help out with that.
So talk to me specifically about how that works in game because anytime so I've seen a couple times where Koreans have joined teams now or foreign players have joined teams, and anytime there's any kind of mistake that happens in the game, it's very tempting, I think, for people on Twitter, Reddit, or even the casters to be like, well, that's that communication, Bob. That's what you're seeing when you bring in a player that doesn't speak very great English. Is that a fair thing for people to do, or is it like not even an issue?
That's actually like so stupid because they don't hear the communication, and it's unfair to judge a team off that. Like I remember one time we had some sort of bad call, and then there was like a front page post on Reddit like, oh, looks like EG isn't listening to Helios's call, and this has happened before on his old teams, and that's just wasn't the case.
So, I mean, in game, is everything work out perfectly with the language stuff, or is there times where he says something in Korean, like a swear word, or like "oh crap" or something, and you have to translate it over or something?
I wouldn't call it perfect. I'd call it good. We're like we can mostly understand each other like enough so that we don't do anything that's just like completely wrong. Most of the calls that he makes are in English. Obviously, he doesn't like form them grammatically perfectly or anything, but it's enough to understand it. And if there's something that just needs to be repeated, then we'll pause and kind of work it over. Or he'll say it into Korean, and I'll just translate it.
Okay, so then you are able to sort of do that. I was gonna say even it doesn't really seem as though people tend to go like, "Hello, friends. I would like to us all to head to the dragon right now." It's more like dragon, right?
Yeah.
Does he ever say dragon in Korean?
I'm sure he has some time.
I was specifically referring to the games in which you're playing, but fair enough. You have any take on all this Korea World Championship drama that's broken out?
It does seem a little unfeasible or like inconvenient that it's being held across two different countries over there. I mean, I've
three actually.
Oh, okay.
Singapore and Taiwan are different countries.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I thought Singapore was in Taiwan, Travis.
Well, I mean, I'm here to educate you, Pobelter. I know you just high school graduate, so I thought maybe I'd help you out there.
Yeah, it does seem kind of unfeasible for someone that just wanted to go as a spectator, because now you have to go to like 3 different countries and can't really afford that unless you're super rich. So that's kind of a problem. It's also kind of a hassle for people who can only go to one or the teams as well. A lot of the travel time, not really fun.
Fair enough. Other than that, anything happening on EG? Any changes or any big shifts? Like, have you guys started going out and like? Brawley was just telling me about how they go rock climbing. Do you guys, go out and play tennis or something?
It's not something that the whole team's doing yet, but I started going to the gym a few days ago with Yellow Pete and Snoopy. And I can still kind of feel it right now. But I'm pretty sure in a month or two I'll be looking like Bruce Lee, so it's all worth it.
Is that just so that you can carry your team harder?
Yeah. I will be carrying all 4 of them as we walk across the stage when we start winning every game.
And then they all shake hands like while like you're carrying them.
Yeah, and I might break an arm or two shaking someone's hand, or just like wrench it clean off. Yeah.
Damn. That's is there a LCS rulebook situation around that?
Players may not wrench off the hands of other players. I don't think so.
Well, hopefully Dick Allen gets ahead of that because that might be an issue. Do you have any shout outs, anything you want to say to all the Pobelter fans out there? There are so many of them, I think, between the ages of 15 and 16.
Thank you, Pobelter fans, for supporting me. I think that's really cool of you to do that. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for supporting me. And yeah. Oh, and thanks to our sponsors. Yeah.
Any comments, by the way, on Altek's pentakill?
It's pretty cool. He killed 5 of them.
That's what happened. You can check out more insightful analysis from pro players and interviews with me at ongamers.com.